Well, Leroy Malone is a name that you may hear in the not-too-distant future a little bit more prominently if you follow the football and if you're a fan of the Brisbane Broncos. The team might have unearthed yet another South Burnett superstar. Of course, they've discovered Selwyn Cobbo in the town of Cherbourg, going back a few years, and they may have done it again in the form of Leroy Malone. Leroy is from Cherbourg. He's now a boarder at Toowoomba's Concordia Lutheran College, and he's recently been re-signed to a contract that sees him travelling to Brisbane every Monday afternoon to train with the other talented players from around the state as part of the Brisbane Broncos training program. Under his previous contract, he only ventured to the city once a term for clinics. Now they've ramped things up just a little bit. He's down there every Monday. His parents drive him down there and committed to doing what they can to further his rugby league career. I met Leroy over at Concordia College last week, but started off by having a chat to his coach and mentor within the school, Josh Bisco.
I've been here since mid-2022. I think he's been here since grade 7. But yeah, when I started here, I took rugby and so coached Leroy in a few different teams, predominantly rugby union based, so rugby 7s and 15-a-side. And yeah, that was sort of the first time I saw him play footy. He's obviously a very talented young man, something that I don't try to let into him too much, but so it sort of let him find his own feet. But at the same time, I think the attributes that Leroy has on the sporting field, not just based on physical talent, but his mental capacity and what he wants to do for his teammates is definitely why he's probably got a contract with the Broncos. Obviously, he's a phenomenal player physically too, but I think that's what's going to take him a long way.
How much does it become obvious that one player or maybe one or two players are a cut above the rest? Does that become apparent straight away, or is that something you only notice over a fair period of time?
Yeah, look, at the junior level, when I first saw Leroy, the age he is now, I think a lot of kids are still learning the game. So there is an ability for a talented player to have a big impact on a game, which Leroy often does and commonly carries the team on his back a little bit. Seen some victories that would have not happened without him. Does
talent in one particular code of football automatically translate into another one? I mean, union and league, I guess, aren't that different to one another. Is that a natural transition?
He's definitely a very athletic young man. I mean, even on the track, he's pretty quick, but union and league, essentially the same game. I think me and Leroy share a common love for league over union in terms of having a defence that's 10 metres off you instead of right on you, and that sort of suits his game a little bit better because written there, he loves the contact and loves that ability to run in space. So yeah, look, both games are very similar and probably for his position too. Playing at the back, when they kick to him, he sort of loves the open space and thrives in that. So yeah, definitely translatable, but share his passion for league and that the little differences there. Yeah.
Are you worried that the extra energy that he's going to be expending going down and training down in Brisbane of a Monday and the travel and everything, could that impact his effectiveness on the team up here?
Yeah, he said to me that he's not allowed to play more than 30 matches, which is, understandable from the Broncos' perspective. They've made an investment and they want to protect that investment, but at the same time, we're disappointed if we lose him off our field. But we respect that he's got a long way to go, but there's some bright things ahead, so yeah.
You talked about the fact that it wasn't just his on-field skill that probably got him this position, but also his abilities as a team player. Tell me a little bit more about that. What's an example of that?
I think as a coach of junior players, and I was there myself, where teenage boys tend to be fairly confident, particularly when they have the ability in themselves, and that can sometimes transpire into a player that when they got the ball, they don't pass, etc. But I think that Leroy's the opposite of that, and as I said before, probably why when I first saw him and thought he was talented, that I thought he really had a shot of going pretty far with it, because he's definitely not about that. He cares about the game and about his teammates and about trying to win the game. It's not just all about him, even though he's probably often clearly the best player out there. Yeah. I think that mentality and that sort of spirit is what you see. Even the players that maybe aren't the best when they're younger, they tend to fruition into the ones that make these teams because of that mentality and because of that team player focus.
Have you gotten his autograph now in case you don't get a chance to get it later? Or autographs aren't really a thing these days,
Yeah, no. I'm just hoping he doesn't take off too quickly and he still gets to play a little bit of A-grade around town, because I'd like to get one on him when we come up against each other.
Yeah, it's a terrific story. That's Leroy's coach and mentor at Concordia Lutheran College in Toowoomba, Josh Bisco. I also had a chat to Leroy himself to find out how this all started. Leroy, for starters, tell me how you first got involved in the game back in Cherbourg. How old were you when you first started to get interested in sport?
Oh, I think I was like around 5 or 6. My dad just wanted to sign me up and just play footy.
And that was rugby league?
Yep.
Did you take to it right from the word go? Did you love it even from that age?
No, I think the first game I played, I just loved it. It was like real good and it was just exciting and stuff.
Did the rest of your family play league as well?
Oh, most of us do, but one of my other brothers played basketball and my sister as well.
So you've grown up, it hasn't always just been league. What other sports have you developed an interest in?
Oh, I played a bit of basketball in grade 7 and 8 for like the school Friday night comp, and that's about it.
I hear, though, that when this offer came from the Broncos to go into their training program and be a part of their program, you were surprised. Did you not think that you were of that standard, or?
Oh, no, I was pretty surprised because there's a bunch of other good boys there, and Broncos is just a good club. Like, they just get a bunch of good players. There's a bunch of other good boys. Yeah, so I was pretty surprised and excited.
So how did they first become aware of you? Like, which competition that you play in did they come and scout and watch games to notice you?
Oh, it was in a Toowoomba Carnival, the Walker Weekend Carnival. It was a 2-day carnival, and I made the dream team and stuff for it, and then they just scouted me and said, you just have to come to a training every term, and then yeah.
And how long ago was that?
That was 2022, I think.
Did you go into that program then, or is it only happening now?
Well, I started their EPD program then, but now that I've got signed, I'm in their academy, I guess.
Your dad would have been pretty chuffed, I would imagine, since he was the one who got you into sport originally.
Yeah, he's pretty proud, and Mum as well. They're both excited, just proud of me.
So what happens? So you go down there of a Monday night, but you haven't started yet. When's your first Monday night in the academy?
Oh, this Monday coming, so we're getting every fortnight on a Monday after school and just have a training session.
What do you reckon those training sessions are going to be like compared to your training for teams up here? Do you think they'll be a step up in intensity?
Yeah, well, they're more physicality because you're training against training with better boys and better players, so you're learning more. That's what the Broncos teach you. You just learn more, get more skills. Yeah, they've just done heaps.
What commitment have they made to you? How long will you be in the academy as such?
I don't know yet, but hopefully pretty long, because they are a good club. They are pretty good. The staff and everyone's nice. All the boys are nice.
Do you get a chance while you're in the academy to play in any of their lower grades or any of their reserve teams or anything like that?
Yeah, we have some academy games against each other, which is pretty good. And we might verse someone now and then, depends.
And is part of the deal, do you get to meet any of the guys in the Premier side?
Yeah, we get to watch them train sometimes and meet them and stuff, which is good.
How far do you want to take this? What are your ambitions in the game of rugby league?
Oh, hopefully make the NRL and just probably rep Queensland in Australia.
And how old are you now?
15.
So you'll be doing that commute every week for a little while yet, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that going to be hard going for you and for your parents?
Oh, I reckon, yeah, it'll be alright. But yeah, we'll just get through it.
Do you have an idol in the game of rugby league, a player that you particularly look up to?
Oh, yeah, Reece Walsh, he's pretty good.
Why do you like him?
Oh, he's just good, his ball skills, his speed, just a good player. Yeah, he's a weapon.
Tell me lastly, what is it about the game of rugby league that you love over other sports? What is it about it that other sports you play doesn't have?
Oh, it's just fun and exciting, contact and stuff. Just being around your mates. Yep.
Yeah, Leroy Malone is just signed on to a more serious training contract with the Brisbane Broncos, which will see him down there training with other, shall we say, rugby league prodigies from around the state every Monday afternoon, and hopefully will provide a gateway into the Broncos team as he matures, as he gets older. So good luck to him. Another potential sporting great from this part of the world, Leroy Malone from Toowoomba's Concordia Lutheran College. It's 26 to 10.